The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another great Garment Graphics webinar. Today's webinar is presented by Transfer Express. My name is Andy Curtis, and it is my pleasure to join you today on the topic of cost-saving ideas for ordering custom transfers. I hope everyone's weather is as beautiful where they're at as it is here in Mentor, Ohio at Transfer Express headquarters. So hope everyone's doing well, and if you have any questions as we go today, please feel free to ask. I'll try to address everything as I go. Inevitably, though, there will be questions I am not able to get to, so if we have time at the end, we will address those questions, and if not, they will still be answered. Our marketing department and myself will get back to you with any questions that you might ask that I don't address right now. So without any further ado, the webinar topic again is cost-saving ideas for ordering custom transfers. And today's agenda, other than just the topic in general, we're going to talk about exactly what are screen-printed transfers. We can define that a little bit. And once we got that down, we're going to talk about using gang sheets and price breaks to save money. We're going to talk about what a color change is and how that helps, how a color change saves you money. We're going to talk about the concept of many shirt sizes and one print size. And we're going to talk about digital options. So hopefully today's webinar will include lots and lots of good stuff for any of you new entrepreneurs out there who might be new to the industry. But it should also include a couple interesting topics for those of you who might be old hat to all this, who might know this industry like the back of your hand. Hopefully we've got a couple neat things in here for you there too. So starting off, before we really even get into all the other stuff, we have to talk about what is a screen print transfer. Now, for those of you who have been in the industry for a long time, you know this one just as well as I do. But for those of you who are new to the industry who have joined us today, first of all, welcome. But second of all, what is a screen printed transfer? The word transfer has bad connotations, or used to have bad connotations in our industry, and we've been fighting for a while to change that. And things have changed. When the general public hears the word transfer, they don't always think good things. Screen-printed transfers, though, are much, much more advanced than they were years ago. A screen-printed transfer is screen-printed plastisol ink printed onto release paper. The ink is partially cured on that release paper so that when you apply the transfer with your heat press, you're finishing the curing process and giving you a permanent adhesion onto the garment. So in layman terms and more simple terms, a screen print transfer is screen print. We're using the same plastisol ink. We're using the same procedures that a regular screen printer is using, albeit a more automated system. And you, as the customer receiving the screen print transfers, you're getting screen print. You're just applying it with the heat press instead of having all that complicated machinery in your shop. So in short, a screen print transfer is screen print still. And to that effect, the first bullet point we've got here, a screen printed transfer is screen printing. Sell it that way. That's one of the mistakes that people do make, is you market it, people will market it as a transfer, and it is a transfer, but market it as screen printing, because it is screen printing. We're still burning a screen. We're still doing the things that a screen printer does. We're just doing it for you. So the customer is still going to get plastisol ink, the same durability, the same longevity as screen printing. You're just getting it in a more easy-to-use form. Okay, and to that effect, I sort of touched on the second topic, or the second bullet point there, the same quality and durability as any other screen print, and it truly is. It's the same situation where if you launder the shirt correctly, then it will last the life of the garment. A screen print transfer lasts just as well as other screen prints, so don't let people convince you, don't let old stereotypes make you believe that, oh, it's a transfer, it's not going to last, it's going to peel off. That's not the case. Okay. The third point here: if ordering an exact quantity, full-size print, pricing will be the same as other types of screen printing. What we're saying here is that the pricing is comparable to screen print. The price of a screen printed transfer will compare to the price of screen printing. Okay, so don't be fooled by also the people. It's more expensive. It puts you out of the price range, and we'll talk more about some of our pricing and obviously the topic today, how to save money. But screen print transfers in general are comparable to screen printing in general. And last, transfers can gain price advantage through use of price breaks and gang sheets. And that's going to be some of the topics we talk about in the next couple minutes here, are price breaks and gang sheets. There are benefits to using transfers that you cannot get with screen print. Okay, and that's going to be the main topic of what we're going to continue to talk about here, is those ways that you can save money using screen printed transfers that you can't get doing just regular screen print. On top of all the other benefits, like not having to have the equipment yourself, not having to deal with the chemicals, on top of all those other benefits, there's cost-saving ideas here, and that's what we're going to talk about. So moving on here, let's talk about gang sheets. I just mentioned gang sheets on that previous slide. Now, a gang sheet by definition is when we print multiple images on one sheet of paper. So gang refers to the fact that there's a whole gang of images on that piece of paper. So, sorry, move ahead too quickly there. So the example off to the side here, you see there is a gang sheet of 6 images on this one sheet of paper. Now, gang sheets save you money because you're paying for one sheet, but you're getting multiple designs on that one sheet. Now, just to talk about some specifications for gang sheets, the paper size that you have to work with is 11 1/4 by 14. So essentially, you can do whatever you want on that 11 1/4 by 14 sheet of paper. Just bear in mind that we like to keep a 1/2 inch of space between each image. There are things that happen during the printing process, and with that 1/2 inch between each image, we can ensure things like the ink's not going to spread, it's not going to run into other things. It's more a safety precaution. That and a 1/2 inch between each image gives you the ability to use a paper cutter or a more automated cutting system to cut these things apart. So, not that there's anything wrong with using a pair of scissors. Obviously, you could cut this gang sheet here apart with a pair of scissors, but by using this 1/2 inch gap, we let you be able to use things like guillotine cutters or paper cutters that you can get at a craft store to make that more easy. Now, the last bullet point here says to use the gang sheet calculator to figure out what will fit. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, I'm actually going to pop out to our website here, and I'm going to show you what we're talking about here. At Transfer Express, we do our best to give you as many tools as possible to make working with us as easy as possible. Now, I'm just at the regular Transfer Express website here, just www.transferexpress.com. And I'm going to scroll down just a little bit, and under Tools here, on the left-hand side, we have this toolbar that runs the length of the web page. And one of the topics here says Tools, and you'll see a couple different options. The second one down under Tools is Gang Calculator. Now, the Gang Calculator is going to figure out how many images you can fit on a gang sheet based on the size you enter. Okay, so right here in this blue section is where I'm looking. It's going to allow me to enter a width and a height, and then it's going to tell me exactly what can fit on a sheet. So let's just say, for example, I have an image that is 4.5 inches wide and 3 inches tall. So I'm going to enter 4.5 inches wide by 3 inches tall. I'm going to click Calculate Number Up, and you see it's going to tell me here for screen printed transfers, I can fit 8 up per sheet. Now, the word up just refers to per sheet, so 8 up means 8 images per sheet. Now, you'll notice below here it also says photo prints 10 up. Photo prints refers to our digital process, and I'm actually going to talk about the digital process a little bit later in the webinar. So right now, we're just looking at this top part here, screen printed transfers 8 up. So if you were printing an image that's 4.5 by 3, you could fit 8 per sheet. That would allow you to print less pieces. It would allow you to get a much more cost-effective price. So we'll pop back into the presentation here. So that's what a gang sheet is. A gang sheet is just grouping multiple images on one sheet of paper. So now here's an example of a gang sheet. And now this is sort of putting our money where our mouth is so we can show you what we're talking about. You might recognize this example from last month's webinar about school uniforms and back to school and such, but the example stands. In this example, we've done our layout, QAL 14, which is the Eagle head, Compton Eagles you see here. The customer has customized it, so Compton is Freeport, Eagles is Mustangs, and they've used one of our Mustang clip arts there. Now, they've sized it so that they can fit 12 on a sheet. All right. So now, in this example, we're using this whole scenario of QAL 12 and 12 on a sheet. This customer has ordered 20 sheets. So 20 sheets with 12 per sheet gives them 240 prints, which should be enough to do uniforms for a particular school, of course, depending on, the school in question. And again, school's just the example. So 20 sheets gives the customer 240 prints total at 25 cents per print. Now that's breaking down the pricing that would be in your dealer buying guide, that would be in our price guide. That's breaking it down to show you how much it is per image. So 20 sheets breaks down to 240 prints, and if you break down that per piece price, it's 25 cents per print. And in this example, we've made each image 3 by 3. So that's what's fitting that 12 per sheet. Now, that is a little bit smaller than standard heart size being 4.5 by 4.5, but 3 by 3 is still a good size, as you can see in the example here, the photograph of the blue polo. 3 by 3 still works, it still looks good on that polo shirt, and keep in mind in the example of schools, some of these kids are younger, so 3 by 3 is an appropriate size. And that 20 sheets is enough to give somebody 240 prints, which again, if you've got a decent-sized private school per se, that 240 prints is going to be enough to do just about every student. And using our layout QAL 14, this person was able to do it at 25 cents per print. Okay. Now, that price would be a little bit more if we were talking about your custom artwork. And again, this is where we would need to address the dealer buying guide, our price guide, to see exactly how much we're talking about. So this is a good example of what we're talking about, using gang sheets to save money. By ganging up these images, you're saving a good chunk of cash, and you're able to do the print for only 25 cents a print. Now, you would add the cost of the polo shirt or cost of labor onto that. Now, the example that I showed you a second ago for that Mustangs, that was just all the same thing. They were all 3 by 3. But keep in mind, you don't have to stick with just 3 by 3 or just the same size. In the example here on the left side, Winslow Tennis, we've put 1 adult, 1 heart, and 1 cap per sheet. So you can fill the gang sheet with different sized images if you'd like. It's common for some customers to actually put 1 adult size and then 2 hearts or 2 cap size, or perhaps the example here, 1 heart and 1 cap size. Either way, the point is for you to make use of that size paper as much as possible. So after doing Winslow Tennis in adult size, this person had a lot of room left on the paper. Winslow Tennis is a rectangular image, so they've got room at the bottom of the paper here, so they were able to fit 1 adult with 1 heart and 1 cap. And keep in mind that our gang sheet pricing is just pennies more than our regular pricing. So you do pay a little bit more for a gang sheet, but in this example, in Winslow Tennis, they're getting a heart size and a cap size extra, and it's not costing them much more. And the point is you can then take that heart and that cap and do anything else you could possibly think of with it. If you've got a situation where you have a sports team, like a tennis team, and they need shirts, warm-up shirts, for example, or uniforms or what have you, that heart size or cap size that you're adding onto there could be shorts that you add on for the team, or perhaps towels, or anything else you could possibly think of. Like in the photographs here, we've given you some examples of things you can do with those additional heart sizes. Shorts or bandanas, tote bag, koozies. We have a customer who has this great idea. They do matching doll shirts. You can order shirts, family reunion shirts, for example, and then heart size, you get a matching shirt for a dolly, for example. So there's all sorts of stuff you can do with these extra hearts and caps that you can add on, and it doesn't cost you but pennies more. So it gives you the opportunity to give your customer more, to add more sales for yourself. Tell your customer that not only can I do those shirts for you, but for pennies more for yourself, you can do tote bags and shorts and bandanas and anything else you could possibly think of. Mouse pads is a good one too. So just simply by maximizing your space on that gang sheet and printing as many images as you can, not just the adult that you need, but adding on the hearts and the caps that you can fit, just to give yourself a little bit more possibilities for your customer. Now, there's other types of gang sheets as well, and the example that I'm showing you here, this is actually called a sponsor sheet, or league sponsors. This type of gang sheet is a little bit different. Now, we've all had an opportunity, or we've all seen at least, different sports teams. I think what we see the most is like baseball leagues, youth baseball leagues, little leagues, indoor leagues, that sort of stuff for soccer. For all of these different sports leagues, you have sponsors that have to have their names on the shirts of the team. What we've done here is we've given you a gang sheet in which making the sponsor sheets is easier for you. Now, what this allows you to do, these sponsor sheets, is it allows you to put anywhere from 6 to 8 to 10, 11 different sponsors on one sheet of paper, depending on the size sponsor you need. The example that I've done here at the bottom of the sheet, if you glance down here to the bottom where you see QSP3, QSP3 refers to the sponsor layout that we're talking about. QSP3 is a 2-inch tall sponsor in which you can fit 6 sponsors on one sheet of paper. So in the example, we've done Giants, Indians, East Delhi, Tigers, Cardinals, Mentor Fire. We've done these 6 different sponsors on this one sheet of paper. So if there's one sponsor per team, this one sheet is going to label 6 teams. Okay? So if you've got 15 players per team then, let's say, on these 6 teams, you simply have to order 15 sheets. That'll get you 15 Giants, 15 Indians, 15 East Delhi, and so forth. You order those 15 sheets at $3.70 per sheet. If you break down the math, that means that you're paying only 60 cents per shirt in this example here with QSP3. So these sponsor sheets, again, they come in different sizes depending on the size sponsor you need. The example we've done here is just a 2-inch sponsor. You can do 3-inch sponsors or 1-inch sponsors. It all depends on how much space the sponsor needs to take up, what size the sponsor's name is, and so forth. Now, this saves you, obviously, a heck of a lot of cash because, again, in the example that we just talked about, we were able to do 6 teams with 15 players per team for only $55.50. Okay, that breaks down to 60 cents per shirt. So these sponsor sheets are a great chance for you to put a whole bunch of straight lines of text. And keep in mind, we call them sponsor sheets, but you don't necessarily have to do sponsors. They can be used for anything where you need several straight lines of text that you're going to cut apart. Okay? So, and again, one of the little tips when you're doing these sponsor sheets is you want to keep all of the sponsors, or whatever these straight lines of text are, you want to keep them all the same color. Okay, so if your teams, you want to limit your teams to all the same color. So in the example, we've done white. So all 6 teams are in white ink. That way you're paying for a 1-color transfer. Now, if Giants and Indians, for example, wanted to be a different color, you'd be stuck paying for a 2-color transfer to accommodate that. So you want to make sure to try and keep these 2 all the same color to save yourself as much money as possible. Now, sponsor sheets I know can be a little bit of a confusing topic, or they can be opening up a whole bunch of possibilities for you. And I could probably talk about sponsor sheets for another 10 minutes on their own. But obviously we don't have that kind of time here today. So I encourage you, if this gets your attention and you can see the potential, definitely feel free to call our customer service department, and our customer service reps will be more than happy to talk to you more about sponsor sheets, league sponsors, and explain to you what you can use them for and how much money you can save in that regard. So please do feel free to call our customer service reps to get more details on these. Now, another thing that we offer as far as different types of gang sheets go, shirt tags. This is a popular thing in the industry right now, is to get the tagless shirts and put your own tag on the inside of them. That's something we do a lot of here at Transfer Express. Now, one thing that people do is they think they have to print their own custom tag with their own custom fonts or custom designs on the tag, what have you. But what you need to keep in mind is it really is just a tag. You don't have to get incredibly detailed. You don't have to get into a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, it really is just a tag. It's a good advertising opportunity, but all you really need to get on there is your company name. So with that in mind, Transfer Express, we've created these tag layouts where you can put your company name and your garment information on the tag, but you're getting our easy print pricing, our cheaper pricing, because you're using our tag layout. Okay. Now 30 tags can fit on one sheet. Okay, and you can stick with our tag layout, or you can make little changes to it too. Keep in mind, I mean, you're not stuck into exactly what you see here, but you're stuck using our easy print artwork. So that still allows you to get easy print pricing, but using artwork that you're a little bit more limited to. But again, keep in mind that we're talking about tags here. You don't necessarily want to use some crazy detailed artwork, custom artwork on a tag, when it's not going to be something that's going to hold well. It's not going to be something that's going to print well. So our tags do limit you to our easy print artwork, but in the end, it's worth it. And again, keep it cheap by doing all those different sizes on one sheet. You don't do an order of small tags, an order of medium tags, an order of large tags, an order of extra large tags. The whole point here is you can get all these sizes onto one sheet. Now, in the example, you can see behind here a sheet of our transfer paper with a row of smalls, a row of mediums, a row of larges, a row of extra larges. Now, after you've done this, you will be welcome to call back an order, say you need just smalls and mediums. In that reorder, you can accommodate that. But in your initial order, don't limit yourself to just a couple sizes or to doing an order of smalls or mediums. Put them all on that sheet, the mediums, the larges, the extra larges, the double XLs, and order them as a whole. That way you're paying for one order and you're getting one good price break, as opposed to having multiple orders and multiple price breaks and paying more for it. So using our tags is another great way to save money with that whole tag advertising, which is, again, a great idea. Using our tag layouts just saves you cash because, again, you're not only getting the easy print pricing, but you can put all these tags on one sheet of paper and save cash that way. Now, this next, keep skipping ahead there. This next slide is actually a really great concept. I'm sorry about that. This next slide here, these head-to-toe gang sheets are a really great concept. This is something we've came out with a couple years ago. Head-to-toe gang sheets are, as you see, these left two designs here. It's a gang sheet in which we have maximized the amount of stuff you can get on one sheet. We've put so many different pieces of clip arts and lines of text and designs on that one sheet. It's enough to decorate somebody head to toe. That's what we call the head-to-toe gang sheets. So in the example here, we're showing you two of our head-to-toe designs, and I'll pop out to the website in a moment and show you the rest of them. But we're showing you one of our basketball-oriented head-to-toe designs where somebody has customized them to be little basketballs, and you can see here you get all sorts of different things, different designs you can use for legs, for arms, simple lines of text for heart sizes perhaps, or for hats, full chest sizes. These head-to-toe gang sheets take our 11 1/4 by 14 piece of paper and put as much on there for you as we possibly can. Now, I'm going to pop out to the website and show you what I'm talking about with these head-to-toe gang sheets. I'm going to simply go back to transferexpress.com here. I'm going to click on Idea Book Layouts. Then I'm going to scroll all the way down to this gray section where it says Dealer Only Layouts, and I'm going to click Head-to-Toe Gang Sheets. This shows us the 4 head-to-toe gang sheets we've prepared. Now, depending on which one catches your attention, I'm going to use this basketball one here. I'm going to click on this head-to-toe gang sheet. I know it's the image here is a little bit small, but what it's showing you is all the stuff on this head-to-toe gang sheet. Now, you can change the basketballs to different pieces of clip art. Maybe it's a cheerleader that's interested. We can change those to pom-poms. Maybe it's a baseball team. We can change them to baseballs. Then you can change all the lines of text, just like any other of our layouts. The text everywhere you see Compton and Compton Eagles and such. So essentially, you can use this one head-to-toe layout to outfit an entire basketball team. Not just things like the team's uniform, but also the team warm-up gear, the team warm-up shorts. You can use one of the images for a tote bag for the team, one of those garment bags that the team uses. You can, like I said, not only just do the team's uniform, but outfit the team from head to toe, hence why we call them head-to-toe gang sheets. So these head-to-toe gang sheets give you a unique opportunity to provide somebody with everything they could possibly need. So looking forward to not just the shirt, but like in the examples here, we've got warm-up gear, we've got hats, knit hats, bandanas, and pants and shorts. The head-to-toe gang sheets allow you to do an entire wardrobe almost with just one gang sheet. So you're not paying for multiple orders. You're not paying for gang sheets for their bandanas and then gang sheets for the shirt and then gang sheets for the sleeve. You're paying for one gang sheet that gives you the hat, the full size, the sleeve, all that stuff. And these head-to-toe gang sheets are a very unique opportunity for that. And again, we do have the 4 gang sheets that I showed you out here on the website. They do have general themes to them. The new one this year actually is the firefighter one here. Design department came up with this firefighter head-to-toe gang sheet. But they also come in these other themes as well. So they are customizable to a point. And again, if these get your attention, if these sound interesting, I would most definitely encourage you to contact our customer service department. Our reps would be more than happy to explain head-to-toe gang sheets to you in much more detail. But just to put the idea out there, there's so much you can do with these head-to-toe gang sheets. You can save so much money just by having one order, all of these designs on one order. It's almost unfathomable. So having talked about gang sheets, we're going to get into some of the other ways to save money. Now this is color changes. Color changes simply are when we stop midway through a run and change the color. So for example here, you've got Geneva Band Mountaineers, the Geneva Mountaineers. We've done some of them in red and some of them in white. It's the exact same design. Perhaps the team needed, or the band needed 2 different colors. Maybe they're offering different color shirts, or maybe the red ones are going on a shirt, the white ones are going on a hat, or something to that effect. But point being, this particular customer needed the 2 different colors. Instead of doing an order of, let's say, 25 in red and an order of 25 in white, a color change is when you take those 2 and combine them into one. So instead of an order of 25 red and an order of 25 white, you get one order of 50, and we charge you a color change fee. Okay, so in the example here, we've broken it down in this example. If you need 25 red and 25 white, your price would be based on 50 prints times $1.66 per piece, being $83 plus the $15 color change fee. So with that color change, you end up paying $98. That gets you 50 total, 25 red, 25 white, okay, for $98. The alternative would have been to place 2 separate orders, an order of 25 red and an order of 25 white. To do that, you would end up paying $59.75 per order of 25, which would cost you $119. So this color change just saves you $21.50. So if you need the same design in multiple colors, don't plan it as all separate orders. Plan it as all one order. If you need 10 red, 10 white, and 10 blue, instead of seeing it as 3 orders of 10, we can make it one order of 30 using the color change. Now, you do have to change all the colors exactly. For example, in this example here, we changed all of the red to white. You would not be able to say, change Geneva and Mountaineers to white and leave everything else red. Suddenly you're going from one color to 2 colors. So there are some limitations on the color changes and what you can do as far as changing the colors exactly. But as long as your colors are changing color for color, one for one, so red to white, white to red, etc., as long as you're changing them exactly, then you can take advantage of these savings. And it does save a lot of money. Teams that have to do home and away jerseys, this is one of the best ways to save some cash. Make sure the colors do change exactly. All the red changes to white, all the blue changes to black, etc. As long as they work out that way, you can do a color change. Instead of having to do a run of team jerseys, one order of 25 for this home jersey and one order of 25 for this away jersey, suddenly it becomes one order of 50 you get the better price break, you save yourself a good chunk of change. So color changes are, again, a great way to save some cash in that way too. Now, price breaks. This is such a simple idea, and it's funny how it doesn't always occur to us. Follow our price breaks in our dealer buying guide. Okay. Now, in the example here, here's what I'm talking about. You need to order 225 pieces of a particular design. Okay. Well, 225 pieces is $1.18 per piece. That costs you $265, and that's what you need, 225. Well, here's the catch. Our price break in our dealer buying guide, our price break is at 250 sheets. So if you simply go to that price break, even though you need 225, if you simply go to 250, they only cost you 87 cents a piece. So that ends up being $217. So stop and check that math out. That 225 that you needed would have cost you 265 bucks. You can save $48 simply by ordering 25 more pieces. I know that's sort of a funny concept, but you're literally getting 25 more pieces and you're paying us less money. So always keep in mind where the price breaks are at, and our representatives will do their best to make sure you're hitting those price breaks. Our representatives are trained to know if you say 45 pieces, they're going to say, oh wait, 50 pieces is going to be better because that's the price break. But keep that in mind as you're planning out your quantity. Watch where our price breaks are at, and they're spaced out, so there is a price break near to where will help you depending on what quantity you're at. Okay, so we're not talking just into the 200s. This could be something as simple as I need 40 pieces. Well, the nearest price break is actually 50. So yes, you might not need those extra 10, but think of what you could do with those 10 pieces. I mean, we all know that every customer comes to us at some point and says, oh, I just need one more. Or, oh gosh, little Timmy joined the team and I need just one more jersey. Well, thank goodness you went with the price break and you ordered those extra pieces. Now you look like the hero because you can pop out that one extra jersey without any added drama. So the price breaks not only save you money, but they also get you those extra pieces that a screen printer, when you go to that screen printer and say, oh gosh, little Timmy joined the team, I need you to screen print me one more jersey. A screen printer is not going to want to print you that one jersey. So not only did these price breaks save you money, but they made you the hero in that you could do that. So keep an eye on those price breaks. And again, our representatives will do their best to make sure you're getting the best price break possible. So you're not on your own there. You don't have to know this off the top of your head. We'll do our best to guide you there too. But just keep that in mind. These price breaks are a fantastic way to save some cash and get extra pieces. Now, this was a topic that I'm sure people wondered what I was talking about when I went through the agenda. The idea of one size print and many shirt sizes. Now, this is a topic we see a lot of during family reunion season and also when people are doing jerseys for the team, but then doing jerseys for family members like mom and dad, brother, sister. They think that just because for example, the team, we might be talking about a football team. Obviously, the players are pretty big. They're going to need big shirts. Okay, we're going to need to do a full-size adult on a football player shirt. Just because mom and dad and brother and sister might be smaller, they think that you need to order a smaller size transfer for that. Now, while that would be nice, that's going to cost you money. You're going to have to pay for a separate order of those smaller prints for the mom, dad, brother, sister shirts, as opposed to the shirts you're buying for the football players. So you have one order of youth size and then one order of adult size. That costs you extra money, and it's not necessary. All you need to do, take the smallest shirt that your customer is ordering. So in the example in the photograph here, the smallest shirt was a youth small. Measure that youth small. See how much room you have to work with from armpit to armpit. Okay? Once you've measured that, base your whole order off of that size. Now, yes, in this example, that Benedictine football is a little bit large on that youth small size, but it fits fine, and it accommodates those youth shirts. Sure, they might be tucking that into their waistband, but in the end, it saves a lot of cash because you're going to order that one size to go on everything from the youth small to the adult XXL. So you're not paying for two separate orders. You're paying for one order of one size. Okay? This can save you a lot of money in that regard because ordering separate orders, not only do you get the smaller price breaks that don't save you as much cash, but you're paying for two separate orders. So by having one size print to go on all the different shirt sizes, you're getting one order, which means you're getting a good price break, and you're saving yourself money. Okay, so if you're doing the football team, if you're doing a team of, let's say, 20 players, but those 20 players, there's going to be maybe, let's say, 15 parents total that want shirts. Instead of doing an order of 15 and an order of 20, get one size to go on everything and do one order of 35. And again, like I said in the example, sure, it's a little bit small on that youth size, but if you stop and think for a second, the majority of those obviously aren't going to be youths. You might have one or two youths, but the majority of these are going to be adults. That size is going to look perfectly fine on all those adult sizes. And yeah, it's a little bit small on that adult 2X, but again, the reality of it is you're not going to have all 2Xs. You're going to have a variety of sizes, and on the majority of those sizes, that transfer is going to look just fine. So again, this is a concept that we do talk about a lot during a whole bunch of different seasons. I know we have this conversation a lot during family reunion season when customers feel like they have to get a large size for the adult family reunion shirts and then a small size for the youths. But the reality of it is it saves you so much money just getting that one size. So again, another good thing to keep in mind that's going to save you a whole bunch of cash. Now we're going to talk about digital options. Now, excuse me, this is a topic that people don't often think of. And again, people think digital and they think, oh, your home printer or, you know, the stuff you can get at Office Max, Office Depot. We're not talking that type of digital. We're talking full-color, high-quality digital transfers, and they're a fantastic way to save yourself some cash. In the example that we've got here, we're showing you a design out of our idea book. This is one of our Class of designs. It's Class of 2011 Survivor, Bayside High School. Now, if you've got a private school, let's say in this example, and they don't have a large graduating class, the reality is they really just need 20 shirts total. Some kind of exclusive private school, they've got 20 graduating seniors, and they need to do some kind of shirt for them. So 20 shirts total. This is the design they settled on, this Survivor design. Well, they want 4 colors, black, green, orange, and yellow, or gold perhaps. So you've got a 4-color design. You need 20 pieces. If you were to have them screen printed, those 4-color 20 pieces, they would end up, as you can see here, we can gang 4 per sheet, so you end up having to do 5 gang sheets to get yourself 20 pieces. It ends up costing you $33.47 per sheet, which is $167. Now, that's a lot of money because we're talking 4 colors. And you can't exactly talk your customer out of it because, hey, it looks really cool at 4 colors, looks great. They want it to be detailed and dynamic, so they want to stick to the 4 colors. Well, you find yourself up a tree because that 4 colors is really expensive as screen print. So look at your other option of digital. Our digital CAD prints, and we're talking about the Express prints in particular, the digital CAD prints, it doesn't matter how many colors you have, because it's digitally printed on a full-color printer. So we're not talking screen print here. We're not talking about screens being burned. We're not talking about buckets of Plastisol ink. We're talking about taking a piece of white film and doing full-color artwork printed onto that piece of white film. Then we cut that film out, and that's what you apply to your garment. And keep in mind when I say film, I'm not talking some thick vinyl, something uncomfortable. I'm talking about a very soft-handed white film that we're printing onto. So we take that same piece of artwork, that Bayside Survivor, and we print that full color artwork onto that piece of white film. Now, since it's digital, it doesn't matter how many colors you have because we don't have to burn a screen for each color. We don't have to run each color through a printer that's got a bucket of ink there. It doesn't work that way. You're getting one full color digital print, and those prints end up being $1.89 per print. I mean, the price difference there speaks for itself. Those 4-color screen print, they were $8.36 a sheet. And now, I know the example we're using is a tad dramatic, the idea of only getting 5 gang sheets for a 4-color design. I'm sure there's people out there thinking, yeah, right. But the example might be dramatic, but the example still holds if you were to increase that quantity. If you were to go to, instead of 20 hard prints, if you were to increase that to 10 sheets, it's still a large savings. If you've got a design that's that many colors, screen print becomes sort of painful there, especially if it's a small quantity. That's where you can save so much money just by going digital. Okay? And the CAD prints process, whether it's our CAD prints Express Print or our CAD prints Opaque, they're cost effective, they're full color, they last the life of the garment, they're soft to the touch. It's still a premium product. So you're not stepping down. You're not saying, okay, well, I'm not going to do screen print. I'm going to do some inferior product. That's not the case. You're still getting a high-quality product, and you're getting them, and in this example at least, at $1.89 a piece. Now, the difference is here that the CAD prints are, the price is driven by the size, but still, in this example of this Bayside design with 4 per sheet, which makes the design about 5 inches wide, give or take, these Express prints were $1.89 per piece. So a fantastic example of how the digital options can really save you a lot of money. Here's another thing that people don't necessarily think about, and I'm often surprised by how many people are not actually aware of some of these options. But shipping, something as simple as shipping, to keep that in mind, can also save you a lot of money. If you're ordering multiple orders from us here at Transfer Express, feel free to group those orders together. We can put multiple orders together in one box to save you cash. Now, there are limitations. If you were to order one of our non-apparel products, such as a banner, banners are shipped in tubes instead of boxes, so those can oftentimes not be grouped with other orders. But regular screen-printed transfers, digital transfers, window plates, all those different items can all be placed in one box and shipped together, so then you have one shipping fee as opposed to multiple shipping fees. Also, to keep in mind is the shipping method you choose. We offer a method here called Speedy Air. Now, for those of you who are joining us from California or from Washington State, or maybe even Florida or Texas, any place like that, Speedy Air is for you. Speedy Air offers you 2-day shipping, guaranteed 2-day shipping at the cost of UPS ground prices. So if you're in California, you'll get the package from us here in Ohio in 2 days, guaranteed, and you're only paying ground pricing. Now, for those of you on the East Coast or those of you nearby, this isn't such a savings for you. UPS ground will still get to you within 2 days. But for those of you in extreme areas away from Ohio, this is a great way to save some cash and still get your transfers in a reasonable amount of time. And the third suggestion here as far as shipping goes, and I can't stress this enough, COD, to do cash on delivery, whether you're doing a COD money order or a COD company check, COD tacks on an additional $12. Okay, that's a fee presented to us from the shippers. It tacks on an additional $12 just to do COD. Do not do COD. Put it on your credit card, put it on your debit card, save yourself $12. And it really is that simple. There's no hidden catches or any hidden craziness here. If you simply do credit card or debit card or some sort of card, or perhaps a Net30 account if you're so lucky, then that saves you $12 simply by not shipping COD. So very, very simple way to save some cash in that respect. All right, some more cash-saving ideas here. Easy Prints versus Easy Prints Plus. Now, Everybody's got their custom artwork. Everybody's got their design. They want their design. And that's great. That's a good thing. Customized shirts are what our business is. Customizing is our business. But keep in mind, our idea book here at Transfer Express, our Easy Prints, we have thousands upon thousands of designs and choices and ideas. Our customers are often surprised what they can accomplish using our Easy Prints. You might look at a customer's business card that they ask you to print and think, oh gosh, this is going to be custom. But you look at our designs and you suddenly discover we've got their piece of clip art, or we've got their font. It's in our idea book. So suddenly it's not a custom design anymore. You're still doing what your customer wants, but you're getting it at easy print pricing simply by doing it out of our catalog instead of doing custom. So this is another great idea. Keep in mind when your customers bring you that artwork to stop and consider if it's something we might have here at Transfer Express in our idea book as Easy Prints. The example that we've shown you here to sort of drive that point home, we were just showing you our type styles, for example. A type style is one of the most common reasons that something becomes custom, because somebody wants a specific type style. Well, for example, we have hundreds of font choices in our Easy Prints in our idea book. So check out our fonts, look at our fonts, find something comparable. Even if you simply go so far as to show your customer, you'd be surprised when they say, oh yeah, that font looks good. It might even look cooler to them than the font that they have on their design. You never know. So the idea book gives you a lot of choices. There are a lot of options, ways that you can take something custom, make it an Easy Print, and save yourself the cash difference between the two. Another cost-saving idea here is our Express Name product. And this is another funny thing that when it occurs to some people, when they realize, oh my gosh, what they can do, it's sort of funny. Number one, when you've got names like Mom or Dad, in the example here where you're doing a parent jersey, keep in mind that if you've got a small line of text like Mom, you can actually fit two of them on an Express Name. And again, for those not familiar, our Express Names are our pre-spaced player name product, the product that comes pre-spaced onto a small rectangular piece of paper like you see in the example here. The white rectangle is actually a strip of transfer paper. Now, and in the example I'm showing you here that the word Mom is small enough, you can get two moms on one Express Name. An Express Name normally being $1.55 per piece. In the example here at the bottom, Mom at $1.55, you're putting two moms on one piece of Express Name, on one Express Name, and it's $1.55 for the whole thing, making each mom 78 cents. So not saving you a fortune, but every little bit helps. So, and that's, again, that goes with other things too. Small names, small words, fit more than one on an Express Name. And then look at our Express Name product and take it a step further. If you have somebody that wants to do just something simple like Adam's Lawn Care. Adam's Lawn Care, you can simply fit that on an Express Name. There's no need to get a layout out of the idea book and go that direction. The Express Names are only $1.55 per Express Name when you do them on the internet. So you can simply do Adam's Lawn Care, one line of text as an Express Name, and it's only $1.55. Tack on the cost of your garment, and you've just done a custom shirt for Adam's Lawn Care for just sheer pennies. Your profit margin there is amazing. So just some very good ideas here, how to use our Express Names to get creative using the Express Name product to save yourself some cash. Now, again, the Express Names are limited to 2 different fonts and only certain colors. But again, just the sheer opportunities here, what you can do with the Express Names are very impressive. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the webinar today. I hope I've given you a lot of different cost-saving ideas. If you have any questions, if there's any topic that I didn't talk about as much as you would have liked to hear, or questions that you have about anything I might have mentioned, please, please, please do call us. Our customer service reps will be more than happy to continue to explain any of these ideas to you in as much detail as you need. You're welcome to email us at info@transferexpress.com. Check out our blog at transferexpress.com. Our marketing department has actually a really great series of ways to do custom artwork, some custom artwork tips they've been doing over the past couple of weeks. I know our ladies in marketing have done a fantastic job on that. Feel free to also hit our website to watch previous webinars. Contact us at 1-800-622-2280 if you have any questions. I really do encourage everybody. And again, do keep us in mind for our future webinars. Next month, one of our representatives, Megan Byra, will be joining you to talk about fundraising ideas. And actually, on the 23rd, Josh Ellsworth from Cat Cut Direct has a fantastic webinar coming up for trends into T-shirts. I'm actually interested in that webinar myself. I don't know if we have any extra time for questions. Nicole, if you're still with us, are there any questions we can address here in the last couple of minutes?
Yes, Andy, we actually only have one question today. You did such a great job with explaining everything. It was going on a shipping. They want to know what would be the courier charge to a foreign country like India.
That actually can be a very complicated question. We at Transfer Express will accommodate international shipping like that to the best of our ability. But the best idea, if you have an international shipment like that to India, Australia is another place we do a lot of shipping to. I believe we've actually have a couple customers we've shipped to Japan. If you have that sort of international shipping, your best bet is actually to shoot us an email. I would encourage you to either email info@transferexpress.com or dealer services, one word, dealer services @transferexpress.com, and we can talk to you about that a little bit further, because that question is a little bit too much information, a little bit too much detail to get into in this setting. But we can definitely help you out there. We can go over that with you.
Thank you, Andy. Actually, we had a couple more come in. One is regarding the digital prints. They want to know, can they be used on any color garment?
Oh, that's a fantastic question, actually. Yes, the digital transfers are incredibly versatile. The CAD prints, the CAD prints opaque, for example, can go on any color garment, any type of garment, from nylon, lycra, spandex, leather. They can go on just about anything you could possibly think of. So not only any color, but those digital transfers can go on any type of garment as well. So really, really versatile product.
Okay, thanks so much. That does look like the end of the questions. Oh, I'm sorry, no, one more. What is the storage life for our CAD prints?
That's actually another good question. The CAD prints do last for a good long time, and that's actually, I have a funny story attached to that question. We here at Transfer Express employees, we often do orders. A lot of us actually have ordered the CAD prints. I myself ordered CAD prints for a family reunion 2 years ago, as a matter of fact, when we first started carrying the CAD print product. And I had a couple extras. I planned for some extras. An aunt of mine liked the shirt so much she actually wanted another one. Her shirt had gotten ruined some bleach. She bleached it accidentally, something to that effect. And I actually had an extra from 2 years ago that still worked perfectly fine. So the short answer to it is that they do last a good long time. It can last up to a year, 2 years if you store them properly. Make sure it's an environment that does not have any moisture, that's dry, that's not extreme temperatures, good climate control like in an office is a fantastic place to store those CAD prints, and they do last a long time.
Okay, thanks so much, Andy. That looks like the end of the questions.
All right. Well, thank you, Nicole, for those reading those off to us. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and I appreciate your attendance. And again, contact us if you have any questions we haven't talked about. And please enjoy the rest of your beautiful Thursday. Thank you again.